Hi there, I hope you're well. My name is Prajnaghosa and it's really good to see you on the challenge. This morning I wanted to make a video on how to respond more creatively in our lives in any given situation. So what happens in our lives is that we usually have a feeling from anything that happens, and between the feeling that we have and the response, there can be a gap. There can be a gap where we can choose how we want to respond. But usually what happens is that most of the time we don't really pay attention to that gap, and we can be quite snappy. So if I've got a sense experience, especially if it's unpleasant, I just react, and I don't choose how I want to respond. And sometimes that causes suffering, So what we are trying to do, especially in meditation, but in our lives as well, is to increase this gap between the stimulus and the response so that we can make better decisions on how we respond to anything in our life based on awareness, based on mindfulness. So it's not that we become more passive, but we actually just become much more creative in our lives, how we want to respond to any given situation. And when we do that, we transform ourselves. We actually transform our life because we can choose. We can choose how we want to respond. We can choose how we want to live, or how we want to be, actually. And the Buddha, for instance, was said to sometimes being quite challenged. Sometimes people will want to actually harm him. People would be really rude to him or even kill him, want to kill him. And he said that he wasn't necessarily responding with hatred or anger or resentment, but he was always trying to find ways to be more loving or be more creative, in the way that he was responding to any given situation. So I really encourage you in your life to see if you can actually, anytime that there's something quite challenging happening to you, see if you can notice yourself reacting and pausing there and make a better decision on how you want to respond to the situation based on mindfulness. And you can also do that by meditating. So meditating more, working more on mindfulness, on awareness, will allow you to increase that gap. And that gap between the stimulus and the response, he said that gap, that's where freedom lies. So I hope you're well, and see you soon.